Hi, my name is Nicole. I just finished a Zumba workout, and you're watching what I'm doing right now.
That's what you want?
I want to buy this for the set.
Okay.
So I have your approval?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a service called 99 Designs. I'm not getting paid to talk about it, but you can put up a campaign on it, and then you describe what kind of logo you're looking for, what the logo's for, and all that stuff, and then a bunch of designers design a logo for you. There's a pot of money, like a prize, that you are going to award the top design. So on one hand, I think it's really cool because you get a lot of people to submit designs to you. On the other hand, it makes me feel kind of weird because that's a lot of people doing a lot of work and only one of them is going to get paid. And as somebody who works in the artsy industries, that kind of sucks. And yet, here I am trying to use the service. This is the current Cinema Studios logo. I designed it. I'm mostly happy with it, but I wanted to see what else we could get if I put it up on 99 Designs. This one, I think, is what I like the most so far, and it's made me think about how interesting it is that like just moving this letter to the other side, I think has a huge impact on it. Like this feels like it's the end of something, the beginning of whatever this word might be is cut off. So this feels very final to me. This is like there's something else over here. We're only seeing the beginning of it. So this, to me, has a feeling of anticipation. So simple, but so powerful. I may have just finished the sound for the first episode of Crash Course Physics. That's exciting. Hey, right, dog? Right. Why are you sniffing around my trash boxes?
That's what they do.
Don't look. That's gross. Let's probably not put that in. Katelyn, are you hungry? Still looks kind of gross to me. Yeah. I'm not a fish expert. I don't know how to take care of a fish tank. The window is in place. Look at that. That's real fancy.
Now watch this. Check this out. Okay, so we need to get back here. Comes right out.
Wee.
Back in, sort of, kind of.
Don't break it, Todd.
I'm not gonna break it.
Is the trim attached to the wall? It's just the middle part that comes out?
Yeah, the middle part just comes out.
So next week we've got the rest of our little pieces of equipment coming. We've got some paint so we can paint the green screen outside that window. We've got more C-stands and sandbags so we can get the lights set up. We've got an ND filter so we can take that lens outside.
Ooh.
I didn't know we got one of those.
I got a slate so we can slate things. I got Macbeth color chart so we can make sure our color is ding.
Bing.
We have a desk. We have another desk. That's a small chair.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I don't fit so well in that chair.
Let me have a seat. Oh, okay. This is fine for me.
I think the back needs to be a little bit higher, even for me. It's a little low.
That is a $20 chair.
Woo!
Wee!
This isn't going to make anybody sick. Today I'm going to do something that I don't think I've ever done before. I'm going to change the brakes on a vehicle, on Ken's vehicle.
We'll need this socket and this wrench.
Okay.
That is for you.
Okay.
Actually,
Not for me yet.
before we start,
Gloves.
because your fingers will get dirty. Because the brakes get hot, it heats up the bolts, and it kind of creates a bond. Sometimes it takes a little bit extra effort, and you can't really get a braking bar. So with the hammer, we'll be able to hit the backside of the wrench, and it'll break the seal. We'll let Mike take them the rest of the way off. Michael, take them. But I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. The mic thing happens.
Will these be hand loosenable?
Yeah, you want to take them out as far as you can. If you can take them off, like, with your fingers.
How is this being held on? It's not going to fall off, is it?
No, right now, because like the vehicle's been driven, like the brakes are still compressed onto the rotor, it will move, but it shouldn't fall off. Okay. Let me. So when we go to pull off the caliper, we have to be very careful not to break the brake line. It's flexible, it moves, but if you break it, then we've got to replace the brake line. So you can see how, it's kind of tight. So what we do, a screwdriver, stick it in between the caliper and the rotor, and we just kind of pry it up, work it up a little bit here, a little bit there, and it comes off. And again, we have to be careful of the line. So
Don't break the brakes.
just let that rest up there for a second. So this is your guide. Essentially, it sits here, and that's what kind of keeps your brake pads where they need to be. So we're just going to set that right there for a second. Right here, you have your caliper. So when you push on the brake in your truck or in your car, what it does is it pushes hydraulic pressure to these, which squeeze the rotor with the pads. So we'll need this, which is a C-clamp, and we'll need 2 new pads. Make sure the pads are the same size first. If they're not, go back to where you got them from and start all over again.
I assume when you got this, it was that depth.
Yes.
That's actually impressive that the amount of time that these spend rubbing, that it takes that long to wear all the way down.
It does, and depending on what these are made of, will determine how long it actually takes for it to break down. So we're going to take an old pad, and we're going to set it right there next to the caliper. And we're going to take this, and what we have to do is we have to compress this caliper because our brake pads have gotten so small, we're not going to be able to get the new ones in with the caliper out like that. So we open it up. You make sure the front and the back are in a good spot that it doesn't damage anything, and then you just spin it.
I'm going to compress this all the way.
All the way.
I just gave myself a tattoo.
Now, you can see Mike's having a little bit of trouble spinning it. So what we do is we take a regular wrench and we put it around there like that.
Leverage.
Leverage is beautiful.
Whoop.
So he has completely compressed that. So now we're going to take that back off.
And it's just going to stay?
Yep, it will stay.
That's fancy.
Sometimes you can put the pads on with the guide on. Sometimes you have to take the guide off. Sometimes, it just really depends on the vehicle. So we slide it through to line this next pad up on these rails here.
I mean, I see what it should do.
But doing it is a whole nother thing, huh?
It's like either one side goes on or the other, but not both.
So what I'm doing now is just centering it up. So that's perfect. Now, we want to make sure that our little plastic guides get locked back into place, and they are. We're going to open this back up and very carefully spin it around and place it back over top of the rotor. Now we'll take the bolts, and you want to hand thread these on to start them so that you don't cross thread them. Alright, once you get one started, you start the second one.
Todd,
Yes.
today I'm becoming an adult.
I just need you to tighten that down as tight as you can get it. One of the things you want to do when you're changing your brakes is you want to inspect your rotors. Your rotors are here, and they should be smooth. They shouldn't have any cracks or anything like that. If you see cracks in them, you need to get them replaced. You also want to feel the back side of the rotor too to make sure it's smooth. If it has a lot of gouges or grooves in it, like we might see on the other side, because I waited too long to change my brakes, you either want to replace your rotors or you want to have your rotors turned. And what that means is you take them into a machine shop and they pretty much smooth out the rotor again. We're not going to do that because it'll be okay. I feel completely safe with it being little grooves.
I don't know if I feel safe in your truck after this.
So if it has grooves in it, what's going to happen is the rotor will actually wear grooves into the brake. So it's still going to give you the same stopping power. It just means that your brakes are going to wear out faster. So at some point it would be a good idea for me to change my rotors. But for the time being and for this video purpose, we are not going to do that. Do you have them both tightened down?
I think so.
That's good.
Got at least a 50%.
Okay. So,
Way to go!
do you want to pull it out? Alright, now when you grab the tire, the easiest thing to do is to grab it right here. Perfect. Nope, spin it around.
Whoop. That ain't right.
Now if you have to force it, take it off and try it again. Like as far as the bolts go, because it should never go on difficulty.
Do we lower it and then tighten them?
No,
or
you want to tighten them as much as you can while it's still in the air. And the reason why you do that is because if you set it down right now, there's a good chance that you could bend the studs or break the studs off. Okay. Alright. Now we can tighten it all. Now, when you're tightening like your lugs, what you do is, you do a cross pattern. You start on one side, you move to the other, and you just kind of work your way around it. And the reason why you do this is so that you get it completely tight all the way around. If you tighten it here, here, and here, what's going to happen is the rim is going to start to bend, and it might feel like it's tight up here, but it's not. I think he did a good job. Now you would typically, you go back around to the first one, and you work your way back around. But he did a really good job, so I'm just going to make sure.
And now if they do pop off,
It's my fault.
it's not my fault.
You gonna keep that?
Oh no!
You changed the brakes on the
I
car.
sort of changed the brakes. I mostly watched Ken change brakes,
Well,
but I
see-
learned something.
That's why we were going to have him do the other side.
We did it.
So, after you have completed your brakes, come in here and then you pump your brake pedal a couple times. You see how it just goes right to the floor? You want to get it a little bit tight. You have to recalibrate the solenoids so that they're nice and snug. And then before you go anywhere, I always recommend starting it up, backing it up just a little bit, and making sure it stops, and then pulling it forward and making sure it stops. What you don't want to do is right after you change your brakes, start it up and go for a ride. If you don't pump your brakes, you know, and they need to be bled or something like that, you could get into an accident. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, Mr. Michael,
Yes, sir.
how was your experience changing brakes?
That was all right.
Yeah?
I feel like I should change my own brakes now.
I think you should. I mean, you should never have to pay somebody to do something that you know how to do.
On Craigslist, we found a table for our break room. So we're just gonna let Ken carry it down the stairs.
I gotta say, Michael, that was a pretty sweet apartment.
Yeah.
I really, I would not mind living.
I didn't know that there were apartments here, but there are. It had a nice view of the river and everything.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic view. I'm a little jealous. I kind of want to go up and talk to her and see. Because she got it from her friend and her grandfather did the
Yeah.
rent. Maybe we can actually work on a deal here.
Try to get in.
Yeah.
Look at that sunset.
Hello.
That's real nice. There's a real nice sunset. I wish these buildings weren't in the way.
Well,
Kind of nice with the horizontal, or that's not horizontal, vertical lines happening there with the, you know, with the telephone poles.
all I heard was a bunch of just babble.
We could have turned right there, but that's okay. We could turn right up here.
Wait, aren't we going back to your car?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're going back to my car. Just go straight.
Just
go straight.
You just want to get shots of the sunset.
I'm so excited about the sunset.
Sunset.
I like the sunsuit. Oh, look at that. That's real nice.
We got
Hi, cat. What is this fuzzball thing here? That's gross. So as Katelyn and Ken were battling it out with the noodles in the Home Depot, there was a pleasant old man who was cutting a bunch of keys for us because we have... I feel like getting new office space just increases the number of keys you have to carry by 5 million.
Really, like, there's 3 new keys. One can be eliminated because of the app and the phone, but I almost feel like the key is faster than the app sometimes. You have it set to auto, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I should do that because that'll be a lot easier.
It only works, though, if you have to be far enough away from the lock that it decides they are not at the office anymore. And then when you get back to the office, it'll auto-unlock. So, like, walking across the street to get food and then coming back, I don't think is far enough away for it to think that you've left the office. There's the key to our actual suite. There's the dumpster key.
But that's not a key we have to carry around. That just sits there.
But we have them.
That's true. And the thing is, we're actually going to have a 4th key.
That's right, because we have a key to the equipment room and a key to the studio.
Yes. We're going to be key masters. Oh, boy.
Did I already mention the key to the actual building itself?
No.
So to get into our studio, you need to have unlocked the studio after unlocking our office space, after unlocking the building.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's 4 keys.
We also just got keys for our mailbox.
That's 5 keys. So, like, everything just should be on an app, and I could be like that, and then everything opens, and I don't have to worry about it. Right, cat?
Oh, 2 cats.
Right, cats?
Right. Good night, Todd.
It's been real.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's a real handshake.
That's a real handshake.
It's not one of these.
Nope.
Because Michael doesn't like that.
Nope, I do not.
I don't blame you. It's weird. I feel weird doing it. So I just want to say goodnight, and I want to let you know how much I appreciate every single one of you, because without you, I would not have a job. So, mwah, good night.